I'm in Kansas and I'm walking down this back alley because I found something before I even came out, and I tried to stop by earlier but I couldn't, and then got back to my room today and I went by there and there just happened to be somebody there, so that's pretty cool. So he's gonna let me hang out with him and we're gonna go check out the Augusta Model Railroad Club layout. So here we go. All right, so over there is Scott, not our Scott. Apparently there's more than one Scott in the world. But he just happened to be here working on something and let me in and gave me a tour of everything. So we're gonna check all that out right now.
Hi, my name's Scott Hill. I'm a member of the Augusta Model Railroad Club. This is our 50th anniversary year. We've been supporting model railroading in and around the Wichita area for, as I said, about 50 years. We are in an agreement with the city. This is actually part of the old firehouse. This is the backside of City Hall. And through a very warm relationship with the city of Augusta, we are able to use this facility and have our model railroad here. This is East Emporia. It's an area that's under development right now and a little bit of rework, but we're coming along with it very nicely. We're real happy with it. It's something that a number of members right now are working on. Moving a little further west, we come into Emporia Yard. This is our primary car storage facility and switching facility. This area is all under development. It's one of the things, as I said, is myself and our president, Richard Kennedy, and Jeff Hallowell, our secretary, and I are working on currently. All right, let's take our train. All right, we're aboard a Rock Island local, moving some coal around. We're departing West Emporia. I am way ahead of myself. Mm-hmm. So this is basically the yard throat in and out. Going down a hill here. We'll come up the hill. You start in Emporia. The next actual city is El Dorado, which we'll come into soon. Then moving over to Augusta, then moving over to Wichita. So there's quite a lot going on all sides. And when we go around one more time, I'll take you through Matfield Green. Pretty area. Coming through the single track, we will stop in El Dorado. As you can see, this is something that was worked on for quite some time. There are traffic lights that are cycling, there are grade crossing flashers that are functional. There's quite a lot going on here in El Dorado, and if you look at it carefully enough, you can see that there's actually a reversing loop here. It's one way to get turned around in and amongst everything else. But it's been worked on extensively by some very talented scenery folk. Okay. Moving forward just a little bit. Next is the El Dorado Asphalt plant, which is definitely under construction at this time. It's being, we've got some plans for it, and we're working that out as we go. But this is another area that is a major industry here on the railroad that we use quite a great deal. Now we get to the Augusta Refinery. Some time ago, there was an actual mobile oil refinery here in Augusta. It was about 400 acres in size. It's not far from where the club is right now. It's all gone now, but one of the things that the club elected to do was, as well as having Augusta proper, was to model the refinery. And again, some incredibly talented folks have worked in on this to make it really, really nice. Again, another major switching opportunity for the crews. So we'll move around the corner and we'll come up on the intermodal plant, the intermodal yard. The intermodal yard, we have two strings of cars in town in the plant, primarily one string of pegs and then one string of buckets for the containers. But this is another very active facility. A number of the guys like to run the intermodals. So this is something that is also currently in development, and we can always use all the help we can get on these. The Kansas and Oklahoma interchange, we call it the K&O. There are several regional short lines in the state of Kansas, and Kansas and Oklahoma, the K&O, is one of many. And when we have an operating session, we will interchange in and out of this yard extensively. We'll use this as a K&O will bring us stuff, and we will take stuff to K&O. One of the things that I'll point out as we move down just a tiny bit further is the Star Wars Coming to Wichita exhibit put on by Mr. John Kraft. This has been a real popular exhibit here. The AT-AT and all the rest of the equipment, but it's quite an extensive thing. Okay, now we come into Wichita proper, and this is something that we're pretty darn proud of, actually. This is a multi-level structure in that, and this is authentic to the Wichita Depot, actually station more than a depot. But it has, and as you come around, you'll be able to get a better view of it. It has a set down level. These tracks are elevated, and it has a subterranean level, complete with the entrance facade here, 2 passenger tracks with the shed. This again is a huge labor of love, which many people have contributed to over the years. One of the other things that I will point out as we come along, this is the Great Plains Transportation Museum. I hope I said that right. Again, this is primarily a John Kraft thing here. That's the facade of the depot. But this whole area is just one of the things I think we're pretty darn justifiably proud of. Moving here, moving again, we have the Southern Lumber Yard way in the back. That's another industry we switch. The Wichita Farmers Co-op takes a number of grain hoppers, box cars. There's the Conejo Brothers cement plant is here. The sand house. and the roundhouse itself, which it does function. We have an indexer for it, but it's just another side of the railroad that we really enjoy.
What system do you guys use? NCE?
It's
or?
NCE.
Okay.
It is NCE. We're real happy with that. There's several. We use several boosters. We've divided it into this side, the middle, and that side. There's a booster for each one of these, and it handles the traffic really well. We're very happy. That's kind of the cook's tour. Now, we haven't looked in the back room yet.
Member storage.
Member storage of their equipment here. I've got a string in here. There's a number of members that actually have engines and consists back here that they can pull out and run it at pretty much any time. New to the layout, and you have a hard time getting to see a really good picture of it. You can see the end of it. Some of the boys have put together an under table storage for their trains, so there's more storage for the railroad. There's actually quite a lot of equipment here, both club owned and privately owned. And that is one of the nice features. In membership, you can come down to the club, run anytime you like. It doesn't have to be a designated time. And some of the guys do, because some of them work nights and weeknights, which means they can't get down here on Thursday, so they come at different times. Perfectly all right. Nothing wrong with that. We're looking for members. We're always looking for members. We could stand to have about 10 more.
So this is pretty cool. Scott has been quite nice in running trains for me and showing me everything. So that is very cool and much appreciated. So if you're in the area, you know, look them up, come and check it out. It's pretty impressive, actually. There's a lot of good work on this layout.